Hello, 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 everybody. Hey, Bard. Dude, I hope not. How's it going, bud? Welcome on in. Happy Thursday. Hey, Jamie. How's it going, dude? Y'all ready for this? We are starting something new, something very different than the last several games we've been playing. You're fishing? Ooh, where are you fishing at? Oh, in Destiny? I bet that's what it is. Hey, Kyle, welcome on in, dude. How's it going? Oh, you got yeeted out for a second. Well, welcome back, Bard. Hi, babe. All right. Well, without further ado, I've got it in the Discord, Kyle. We have a channel in the Discord for people to share their like PSN and Switch friend codes and stuff like that. So yeah, it's in there if you want to look there. You must agree to the terms of service. Yes, I agree to the terms of service. Accept. And accept. And accept. Confirm. Yeah, that looks good. We'll go with the English cast, because why not? Normal difficulty. Okay, cool. Alright, so I have heard that we're actually going to play through this game twice. Once as the boy, once as the girl. I'm going to start with the boy. Yuito Sumeragi. He comes from a great family who are descendants of the founding father. Cheerful and optimistic, he is a young boy with an unraving and kind heart. Having had his life saved by OSF when he was young, he was inspired to join the OSF as a volunteer to be able to save others. He fights close quarters with a combination of quick sword attacks and psychokinesis abilities. Oh, I like those terms. I can definitely agree to those, Bard. I know, right, Jamie? Suspicious. It's very suspicious. All right, let's just look at her description just so we get... Kasani Randall, scouted by the OSF, she was an elite cadet at the academy. Oh, nice, I got your thing, Keitel. I'll accept it after the stream. Always at the top of her class, cool, rational, and indifferent to others. The only person she's opened up to is her adoptive sister. She's extremely loyal to her, and she will do anything for her sister. She fights at range with a combination of ranged multi-blade attacks and psychokinesis abilities. Alright. Let's start as Yuito. Cool. I appreciate it.
You have to live, no matter what.
Okay, I think I can do that.
The virtual brain link cable will now be connected. This will hurt much more than it did in training. Be strong.
Systems all green. Beginning SAS cable connection.
Right.
Is this for real?
Well, this looks like fun. Right, mind link, Jamie. And yeah, right, Bard? Right, no kidding, Bard. Already, scene 1.
So this is what SAS feels like.
Good. Seems like you're okay. This aptitude test will determine your platoon assignment. Do your best.
Yes, sir.
Yuito Sumeragi. Identity confirmed. The other suppression force aptitude test will now begin.
Oh, very possibly, Bard. I don't know that character. But they actually did do an anime of this as well. So you can, if you don't play the game, you can always just watch the anime. But of course, we're gonna play the game. Move with the end. Reset camera change. All right.
This is the final trial. I have to be ready. Stop thinking so much. I have to focus on what's in front of me.
Hey, Okami, welcome in, dude. How's it going?
Assignment. I'll be a member of the OSF. Soon, I'll be able to make my childhood dreams come true.
All right. So movement feels pretty good. All right. That looks like something to kill.
Should be able to handle any kind of other with my psychokinesis powers.
Oh, nice. I just picked up that car. Nice. Going all right? Awesome. We are doing good. Checking out this new game, SCARLET Nexus. I've had this. I bought it on sale like late last year, and now I'm finally getting the chance to check it out. I'm not normally drawn to like anime style games. There's very few anime games that I end up playing. But this one, the art style and the music really drew my attention in the trailer. And I heard really good reviews about it too, so here we are. Alright, pressing against me, locking on space.
Here we go. All right. Let's keep this up.
Yeah, I'm loving the music so far. Oh, it was? Yokami? Nice. Well, hopefully I don't end up spoiling too much for you. With his sword. The attack range of his sword is short, but he can overwhelm with a fast attack. 1-on-1. Slightly charges. Use a mix of weapon and psychokinesis to dispatch enemies. Alright, cool. Oh, awesome. I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, I'm liking the feel of it so far. I'm all for action RPG. Oh, really, Jamie? You too? Yeah, it's one of those things that I've been meaning to do and just have always had other stuff creep up.
There's a chance she would know something about her. I have to make it through this exam.
Keitel. Alright, log on. Alright, so I can switch targets by holding R1 and then using the right stick. Got it.
Let's keep this up.
Rising slash.
All right.
Getting some dubstep in here in the music too, like geez. Oh, Code Vein. I've seen that too. That's a Souls-like, right? That's fair, Yokami. There's a lot of them, right? There's a ton of them.
The exam should be finishing up soon. The instructor always said the most dangerous thing is being careless at the end.
Okay, so
Let's keep this up. We did it! Here we go! All right.
Alright, triangle to perform a sweeping moving spin attack in a wide air. Okay, so I've got AoE attacks on triangle, single target attacks on square. Once per combo, but learning other skills can increase the amount of times it can be used. Okay. Alright, good luck with your dungeon, Jamie. Thank you for the lurk. And yeah, I don't know if these are like lightsabers or what. Ah, I got you, Yokami. That's fair. kind of Final Fantasy-esque kind of action name. Very, very. Got it. That's awesome. That sounds like a very interesting combination.
Come on.
Perform a weapon attack when landing a psychokinesis attack to close the distance. Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Let's keep this up.
All right. When a square or triangle attack lands, performing a psychokinesis attack by holding R2 will result in a powerful psychokinesis follow-up. So it works the other way too. Yeah, I think you're right, Bard. Interplanetary travel? Oh man, that's a deep subject. I mean, I think it's definitely cool and something we should be looking at doing. Okay. Oh, I gotta hold R2.
Let's keep this up.
Running the rush up follow attack as many times that can be used consecutively. Chaining together a rush follow tap, a psychokinesis follow tap, and then another rush in succession allows you to deal heavy damage. Yeah, so like you constantly going back and forth. That's interesting. Oh, that's awesome, Yokama. Yeah, no worries. Lurk away and be creative. That's awesome.
If I do everything I learned from my training, I should be able to win.
Bard.
I have to.
Here we go.
Gotcha. You can view what you learned in the tutorial again from the help screen in the library, the main menu. Yeah. Alright, cool.
Mission successful. This concludes the aptitude test.
Woot! We passed our aptitude test. God.
Okay, that ends your training. You're an official member of the OSF from tomorrow. Cadets now have 24 hours of free time until then. Make sure to get some rest before your duties tomorrow.
Understood.
That's so awesome, Yokami. I love that you're all doing that, like combining it with other stuff. Right, Yokami?
Hey, Yuito, how was the test?
Nagi, how did it go?
Nagi Carmen.
On the test, I'd say that I did kind of pretty good.
Kind of good or pretty good? You were looking rough when the SAS cable connected.
Oh, that really hurt. It was fine after I got used to it, though.
Sounds like you had fun. That's so like you.
Bard.
So tomorrow will be OSF, just like we dreamed. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
What's up? You don't sound very excited.
No, I'm happy too. Didn't I tell you? I was saved by an OSF soldier when I was a kid. So I wanted to be one as well.
But what?
Lately, I've been wondering if that's it. The end of my goal. I'm here today because someone saved me. So, I'm wondering if there is a better way to save more people's lives.
You can't bear such a big burden like that. People have limits. We're OSF, so we fight others. Let's do our best at the job we've been given for now.
Yeah, you're right. I guess I was just being a little anxious. First, I have to become a real member of the OSF. Thanks.
Your gratitude is greatly appreciated, Mr. Yuito. So you're going to report to Sumeragi Tomb later? I hate telling the ancestors every little thing, so annoying.
Well, it's not just that. The Sumeragi Tomb is collaborating with Baki right now.
What? Sumeragi Tomb is your family grave. I know it's a tourist spot, but they do things like that?
I heard it's happening more and more. It's something my father decided on. Oh, right. I have to send a message to my dad and brother.
Your father won't reply anyway. I know he didn't want you to join the OSF, but man, that's cold. He's always smiling when he's at the council. It's like he's not even two-faced, but three-faced.
I mean, he's a politician after all. Anyways, I only send him simple messages. Oh, there's already a reply from my brother.
What does it say?
Good work. You pushed through.
A direct compliment from Chief Sumeragi. You're guaranteed a promotion.
You're making fun of me. My brother's not going to coddle me just because he's the chief of the OSF.
Okay, sorry.
Sure you are. If you're really sorry, you'll give me the keychain from the fortune you get from Baki.
All right, I got it. I'll pull a fortune and give you my keychain. Then you have to help me pick up the ladies.
Of course.
I have a better chance when you're with me.
What? That's just me doing extra work for you.
Alright, sorry, let me catch up with chat. Hey, Invented, welcome on in, dude. How's it going? Hey, Max as well. And yeah, right. Yeah, this is definitely a very Japanese game. I think I recognize the voice actor for the other character, not my playable character, but the other one is from The World Ends With You, the sequel, Neo The World Ends With You, which is awesome. He was great in that game. Alright. Actually, hold on. I didn't read this all the way. Alright, so I need to check messages.
You really do like Baki, though. He kind of makes me feel nice. Like a stuffed animal I had when I was a kid. When you were a kid? Has Baki been around that long? Hasn't he? I can just feel his cuteness in my DNA.
Oh, I hit the thing for photo mode. Let's, yes, end photo mode. Alright. Alright, so we do get like a party of people eventually, which is cool. Got some items and whatnot. Our equipment. Story. So yeah, Nagi. And I think... Was his name Nagi in Neo The World Ends With You too? Or no, Nagi was the girl character, not the... What was his name? Shit. Anyway, yeah, it's got to be the same voice actor. Dinner. Oh, hey, no worries at all. Do everything you gotta do, and then happy to have you here, as always. Mock robber video? I'm not familiar with who that is. Alright, so we got a pretty hefty open world to explore then, it looks like. Is this the map? Yeah. You know, so a little ward here. Cool. I'll look out for it, Keitel. Alright, so we're just gonna mostly just get through the story. Oh, I need to go this way. Oh, and there's like a green collectible thing over there, it looks like. Obtain items. Alright, so yeah, just random items in the field. Cool. So I can't walk in the street, which is, you know, makes sense. I want to be safe and all. So all I have to do is tap circle and then I can start sprinting. Mainly say by talking to the recorder who's wearing yellow. Ah, okay, so this guy. Oh, he's got a shop too. Jaywalk like a boss, right? You can buy or sell battle items and equipment at shops. Content added with add-on will be marked with an asterisk. Okay, so I got some DLC. And I did not play the demo, so I do not have that. Okay, so I'm gonna get the other attachment. Get some plugins. Do I want to unlock all these now, or should I hold up until... Here, let's get the weapons for sure. Oh yeah, they collaborated with another game as well, so... what was it? Tales of Arise, I think? Alright, sounds good, Max. Thank you for the lurk, dude. I don't need that, do I? Oh, Tales of Arise, there it is. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and claim everything, I guess. Okay, so yeah, this unlocks new, like, episodes that I need. I'll be developing bonds with characters, so I have to do that in order to get some bonus missions or something. Episode Karen International. I know. Alright. Alright, well I have like no funds, so I'm not really going to be able to buy much now. But, alright, let's save. Alright. Ah, so that's how I reach these things. Okay. Gotcha. Alright. I do indeed, Bard. Okay, so I need to go that way. I wonder how far I could go down this way. I do see a green item up on the bridge. I'll go get that really quick. You know me, I gotta go collect all the shinies. In this case, green shinies. Oh god, right, Keitel, no kidding. They're everywhere. Right. It's like, move, I'm gay. Ah! Oh my goodness. Okay, let's go back. Stairs are hard, right? We found out in Subnautica ladders are hard, so surely stairs are hard too. Okay. There's another thing. The bike wasn't wearing the... Oh, whoops. Sorry, bike. Straight back off the road. Right, don't you know what month it is? Any other shinies I can find? This looks like, yeah, this is gonna be the end of the road. Wonder what will happen.
This isn't the right direction.
Alright. Hell yeah, it is. You bring up a valid point, Bard. It's in the name, right? Nice. Okay, so area transitions are things I have to interact with. Cutscene!
There are a lot of people paying their respects.
Huh. Those two girls over there were cute.
What? Really? I didn't see them.
I can't believe your family grave is a tourist spot. You sure are an elite.
Right, Bard? Always, always.
But I'm not.
It's like one of those grand families. Your father is the chairman, and your brother is chief of the OSF. Plus, you're descended from Yakumo Sumeragi, our founding father. He's the hero who saved humanity from the spring of extinction. I wonder what he looked like. Maybe he looked like you. He is your ancestor.
He's my ancestor, but that was 2,000 years ago. I certainly don't feel like his descendant. The only record of him is in that mask. Even if they say he's my ancestor, how could I be sure?
Ah, I get it. He does look like the villain in a horror movie. His face was injured in the spring of extinction, right? Oh, crap. Your dad would get mad at me for saying that about our country's forefather.
It's no big deal.
But you are. The Sumeragi house is known for having lots of authority. Your dad got mad when you said you didn't want to be a politician or a bureaucrat.
Enough about my family. Let's go get a fortune from Baki.
You're not going to pray to your ancestors? Okay, let's get going then.
Okay, got it. Let's look at the same time.
Roger. These are the fortunes that will decide our fate in the OSF.
Ready? Go! Very bad luck.
Me too. This is a bad sign. Oh, I'm dying. Let's go to a cafe or something after we tie these off.
Yeah, we already got Baki's keychain. Why don't we head to Vision Town?
Some messages will have a time restriction on the reply. Interesting. Okay. So that's something from like the Digimon Cyber Sleuth games. Okay, so yeah, SAS is really amazing, isn't it? Even though it's an imaginary links, brains link up together to share powers. Oh, SAS means Struggle Arms System. Huh. Interesting. Anchored to somehow the... Yeah, something like that, Bard. I think that's a safe bet. They keep really pushing that he's the descendant of the ancestor. That's gonna be important, I'm sure. With an OP system, right? All right, give me 1 sec. I need to step AFK just a sec. I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. Let's continue. I have a feeling we're going to get a lot of exposition here right at the start, and then hopefully it'll kick up into the action pretty quick after that. Oh.
Huh? Others?
An other alert? But today's forecast said the threat level here was 0.
Yellow?
What? Others? What are they doing in the city?
All units, double time! Go on the second wave!
I know, right? It was a bouquet with legs. Like, what the hell?
A transfer warning.
They're deploying the Scarlet Guardians.
And here come the badasses.
Septentrion Karin and Fubuki.
So it's Karin, not Karen. Okay. Yeah, exactly right, Yokami. If they're doing cool poses, you know they're the badasses.
Karin Regiment, Fubuki Regiment,
Sure.
Clan A.
Right,
roll
Bard.
out.
Civilians, head to the shelter.
You think so, Keitel?
Wow.
Hey, Yuito, we have to get to the shelter too. We're not real soldiers yet.
Yeah.
Right, Keitel, that would have been hilarious. That would have been too funny. Oh, wait a minute. I missed an item back here. Can I go in here? Ah, no, I can't go in there yet. Okay, never mind. False alarm. In this way? No.
The other was defeated with one blow. Septentrion First Class. Brain Eater Major General Karin Travers is amazing.
Whoa! Hypervelocity evasion into an electric blast?
Sounds about right, Bard.
Karin Travers is the only one who can use that many powers. He's so cool.
Doesn't he have the ability to copy other people's powers?
Okay, that's OP.
That's why he can use all those powers. It's basically cheating.
Well, clearly he's gonna be the bad guy then, right?
The other is fighting back, but Major General Travers is unfazed. Major General Spring freezes the other without hesitation.
Whoa, an other like that is nothing against a Septentrion class.
Mommy?
Look out!
Hey, are you serious? We're not real soldiers yet.
We're the only ones here with the powers necessary to fight the others.
We can't. If the instructors find out.
We can't
Yeah, it
just
could be that
watch
too,
people
Bard.
die. I'm going. You call for backup.
I don't want to
5
go
star.
alone. I'll go with you.
Keitel.
Thanks.
Don't look so happy. It's not like I want to go.
You're the best.
What, you think I don't know that? I'll take the right, you take the left.
Got it.
Nagi, you okay? The attacks are working. Maybe I can win. You better win.
Here we go. Let's keep this up. It's not safe here. Get to a shelter.
Keitel.
Yes, sir.
Be careful.
There are more others. Can you keep fighting?
Sure, why not? I'll take them on.
Okay, let's go.
Item menu displayed on the bottom left of the screen during battle. Ah, so down to use them and I can switch between. Okay.
Let up. Got it. You better buy me dinner later.
Here we go. Come on. All right. Here we go. Let's keep this up.
Keitel. I'm saying Asian Dad too. Bard. That's amazing.
Was that the last of them?
Jamie. Uh-oh. Boss fight.
Nagi!
Like, what the hell are these things anyway? Like... Emotional damage.
Now die!
Crushed by a car, I'd say that to it.
That's odd.
Mm-hmm.
You
The
a
other main
civilian?
character.
Huh? It's her.
You have to live, no matter what.
You're OSF?
Oh, no, I'm a cadet.
I see. Either way, our goal is the same.
What do you mean, goal?
Are you an idiot?
Bart.
Shh. Something's coming.
Huh? What's coming?
Here, I just noticed.
Here we go.
Huh? Okay.
Clean up the dialogue a little bit for you.
You're OSF too. You can use brain talk.
Do you see what's happening? Let's talk after we take out the others.
Hey! Here we go!
Ah, there's the music theme that I remember from the trailer. If you dodge an enemy attack at just the right time to perform a perfect dodge, this grants you temporary invulnerability, gives you an advantage in battle. Yeah, I got a perfect dodge, alright. Oh. That was not a perfect dodge.
This is nothing. Here we go.
There we go.
Good work. That should take care of all the other readings around here.
Yes.
Kasane, I saved that boy.
Nagi, you're okay.
Yeah, Naomi saved me. Man, I must look like an idiot.
I'm just glad you're not hurt.
Thanks, sis.
Oh, you two are sisters?
Yeah, they're both OSF cadets like us. Let me introduce myself. I'm Nagi Carmen. This is Yuito Sumeragi.
I'm Naomi. Naomi Randall. This is my younger sister.
Kasane Randall.
Oh, Kasane's younger than her, huh?
So it was you making all that trouble.
The Scarlet Guardians have eradicated the others.
Huh?
But
You saved Ryujin Ward in that amazing victory over the others.
What? Well,
What is this? A victory interview?
It is. How do you feel?
Alrighty, that's enough filming for today.
Oh, she's a spring.
Just who are these rookies?
What?
Nah.
Nagi? Huh? Where is everyone? Huh?
Oh god. I'm guessing that's a quote from the video that you're referring
We should be able
to.
to talk here.
What's going on?
I'm Luca Travers.
Y'all are funny.
You're Septentrion 6th class Luca Travers? It's embarrassing when you put it that way, but yes, that's correct. Are you all cadets? Please
All right,
open
so
your personal
children
quotes
of
so I
the-
can confirm your identities.
The big people, Springs and Travers. Okay.
No objections? Thank you. So all 4 of you are OSF cadets.
Yeah,
Cadets
that's
aren't
totally
allowed to
fine,
fight
Cuddle.
others.
YouTube is fine.
I'm sorry.
Isn't OSF responsible for allowing others to enter the local airspace and putting civilians in danger?
Kasane! You shouldn't say something like that.
Those are some harsh words. But you're right, Cadet Kasane Randall. I'm sure you all have something to say. But first report to OSF headquarters. Keep away from the press. Got it?
Understood.
What's that? Oh, casualties from the battle. 2 OSF troopers on guard duty were killed.
Oh, really, Jamie?
I think it's censored, but it's best not to look too close.
Ooh.
Why?
Because others eat human brains.
Oh, Jesus.
Yes. Looking at headless bodies can have negative lasting effects on your mental health. Oh, I just imagined it. They should teleport or report them out. It's too far to the morgue and powers aren't omnipotent. We have time, so let's talk a little. I'm sure you know, but one person can only use one type of power.
Unless you're that one dude.
Each kind of power has peculiarities and aptitude. Just as there are types of powers, each person has strengths and weaknesses. To use them in combat, we must rely on devices to lessen the stress on the brain. That's why things that can be accomplished without powers, or things with low priority, are done manually. Right, sorry. Now then, I'll be going.
That'd be us if we didn't get the others first.
I wouldn't let that happen. We're all 567th class, right? We'll stick together and become great fighters.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I'll protect you, sis. Let's go.
Oh, goodbye, Yuito. Nagi.
That girl, Kasane Randall. She looks surprisingly like... her. Those two. From the registration numbers, they're in the same class. Are they twins?
She's so cute.
Huh?
Naomi, she's so my type. Kasane is pretty too, but she's a little scary. Naomi is like her opposite, shy and kind. She kept glancing at me and blushing. Man, this might finally be my big chance.
You're as simple as always. Whatever. Let's hurry to headquarters.
What do you mean, whatever? You should be supportive when your best friend is in love.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Tell me all about it later. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm with you, Yuito. Let's keep moving. Move along. Oh, nice, Kyle. Yeah, I thankfully finally got that done as well. Which I've been stressing about that because I like need to have Ursonis as my username, so it is locked in. Thank God. All right, brain points. We're leveling up our brain, guys. The brain map shows you what skills you have learned and allows you to learn new skills by using BP. Cool. I'm about to learn. Okay. Oh, nice. That could be useful. So a recovery move. General stat boost is always helpful. And then support increases plug-in capacity of the equipment screen by 1. Oh, that sounds really important. But I like the idea of that rebound button, like that's a new gameplay element while I'm in combat. Oh, really, Keitel? Oh, really, Bard? Oh, what did you find out? Okay, we'll get this support skill next time. Okay, we have a lot of plugins. I guess I should be using these. Ah, that's fair. I mean, if it's good news, that's one thing. But yeah, feel free to DM me about it or share it maybe in. I guess I don't really have a. I try to keep politics out of the Discord too, but maybe I can have a channel for that at some point or something. But yeah, feel free to DM me. Okay, so the ones with the asterisks are from the DLC. Oh, dang. Okay, well, I have to do that. Right, increases users' experience points obtained by 100%. That sounds kind of useful. Like, I'm literally leveling double the speed. Thanks, DLC item. And that's a lot of, wow. Oh, right, these are all the, like... Alright, here, let's see. Ooh. These are cool looking swords. King Leo. Whoa. That one was super strong. And then King Leo's also. So that one, or I kind of like the simplicity of that design. It matches his outfit too. Yeah, no, I mean this is clearly a very like I am very liberal. I'm putting that out there right now. Like, this is a liberal safe space. LGBT, pride, trans, safe space, all that good stuff. So if you're against that in any way, then you're not in the right place. Just saying. Yeah, that's unfortunate, Keitel. Family can be frustrating. For sure. Okay, so we got those visual like things, but I like the default, honestly. Alright. Alright, let's continue. Can we see items on this map? We can. Okay. Well, I'm gonna cross over and grab that item.
Yuito, you're not going to headquarters?
Oh, fine. I won't go get my shiny then. Oh, I don't think it did. Hold on, let me scroll up. We call it bear. Oh, nice. No shiny, only plot. Yeah, right. Apparently. I am air, I am shadow. Read the brain message carefully for details. That was interesting. Was that like a hint to a puzzle or something? That'd be weird. I was not expecting any puzzles in this game. It is very elusive. I'm not gonna sell anything until I know it's like a junk item. All right, so I might be behind the ball on like, I've heard this thing like, what's with the Asian dads? Is there like a joke thing or something? Oh, the emotional damage thing. Oh, okay. I gotcha. I've only seen like the brief bit of that. I don't know the actual origin of it, so yeah, I guess I'll have to check out that link you sent.
Sumeragi and Cadet Nagi Carmen. So, it appears you were able to fight an other before your official assignment. How was your first fight?
Huh?
Were you afraid?
No. I just used my training.
I see. So you are able to fight calmly. Although still a cadet, you are a true Scarlet Guardian. Amazing.
Really?
Cadet Yuito Sumeragi, what will you tell your father, Chairman Sumeragi, about your actions today?
I've been ordered not to answer any questions. Excuse me. Nagi, let's go.
Hey Harris, how's it going, dude? And yeah, how's Diablo 4 been? This is definitely not Diablo 4.
You got a big head for a
Very
cadet.
fun. Awesome. Glad to hear it, dude. How have you been?
What did you say?
All right, everyone, don't fight. I'm Kyoka Eden of the 1st Regiment, 8th Company. You're Cadet Yuito Sumeragi and Cadet Nagi Carmen, right? Chief Kaito Sumeragi has asked to see both of you. Hurry to the Chief's office. Be ready for a lecture.
Oh boy.
You did a good thing, but it's important to follow the rules as a member of the OSF. Good luck.
You've been good? Awesome. Glad to hear it, dude. I've been doing good. Just, you know, busy with school and such. And yeah, I feel you, Bard. The whole season pass thing with Diablo kind of turned me off of it, so I don't know how I feel about it right now. It looks really good, though, from just a general game standpoint. Oh, I guess we're finally getting the opening cutscene now. This is cool. What is my first gay crush anime style? You know, like I said earlier, I'm not typically drawn to anime games. This one was an exception, though it's definitely different than I expected from the trailers. I guess I should have expected more cheesy anime stuff. But I don't know if I have an anime crush, actually. Yeah. I'll have to fill you in, Bard, but basically they're doing a battle pass for Diablo. A full-price $70 game is gonna have a cosmetic season pass, like Harris said. Which that just, like, I don't know, that kind of put me off. Like, really? You want me to pay you an additional $10 to $30 a month for, I mean, it's all cosmetics. There's no, like, really important stuff in it, but it's, yeah, it's like Fortnite, but for a $70 game, not a free-to-play game. So it's just, I don't know. I'll probably get Diablo at some point, but I'll probably pass on the Battle Pass. But hey, that was a cool intro. We have officially gone full anime. We have the anime intro and whatnot. Fair enough, Keitel. Yeah.
Welcome to Seto.
It's a very Blizzard move.
I am Seto Narukami. Starting today, I'm your commander.
And yeah, right, Bard, I do like that. Yes, first trophy.
Let's have everyone introduce themselves. Tell us what your powers are. It's best to be familiar with the type of powers in your platoon. For example,
yeah,
my
same,
power
Jamie.
is electrokinesis. All right, you first, Hanabi.
Understood. I'm Hanabi Ichijo. My power is pyrokinesis. Happy to be here.
Nagi Carmen. My power is air manipulation. It was my dream to be in the OSF. I'm honored to serve under Septentrion 7th Class Captain Narukami.
I'm Yuito Sumeragi. My power is psychokinesis. I was saved by an OSF trooper as a child. I'll do my best to repay that debt.
Oh, so you're the famous Yuito. You were all over the news last night. They said the Sumeragi boy drove off the others. How did it feel to be in the fray?
Enough messing around, Kagero. Introduce yourself.
Yes, Captain. Okay, all you babies of the 567th class. I'm Kagero Dawn, the late-blooming genius.
Only you call yourself that.
You're so harsh, Captain. So, Yuito and Nagi, you're volunteer soldiers? I'm an adult, so we're in the same boat. Nice to meet everyone. I'm sure we'll get along.
What does he mean by adult?
Adults are OSF troops who weren't scouted until later in life. You didn't know? They're like us that volunteered for the OSF instead of being scouted. Basically fodder.
That's right. I'm just trash here, but I do my best. Let's work together to stay alive.
Don't worry about
right, Jamie.
Only the strong and highly thought of survive in this world. Worrying about what others think is pointless. Okay? Next is Wataru.
I'm Wataru Frazier. My power is reading thoughts, basically telepathy.
Tsugumi Nazar, my power is clairvoyance. Nice to meet you.
Oh, you're put off by him, huh, Jamie? Don't want anyone poking around in your brain, right?
We should fit right in with the rest of the OSF. Everyone, do your best. Moving on. We'll start with guard duty as your hands-on training. We'll go in two-man teams. Nagi's with me, Kagero with Tsugumi, and Hanabi with Yui. Connect your SAS with each other. Get ready and reconvene at the entrance to Kikuchiba in 1 hour. That is all. Dismissed.
Long time no see, Yuito.
Hanabi! What's it been, 2 years? Who would have thought we'd get put in the same platoon?
You know Miss Ichijo?
Call me Hanabi. Yuito and I are childhood friends.
Wow, but we didn't see you at all as cadets.
Oh, I was scouted.
I see. The training areas for scouted and volunteer soldiers are different, so no wonder. I guess you're an elite, Hanabi.
No, I'm not.
Hey, do you know Naomi Randall?
The Randall sisters? I know them. Those two are the real elites. Kasane was scouted by the OSF when she was 12.
She was scouted that young?
Huh? You know Kasane?
Yeah. We fought others together yesterday.
What? You mean that other attack? No way. Kasane didn't say anything about it.
Are you friends with the Randall sisters?
Not really. I talk to Naomi a lot, but Kasane is... I'm pretty sure the only one friendly with Kasane is Naomi.
Oh, really? Can you introduce me to Naomi?
Oh, so that's how it is. Naomi is cute.
Hey, you three. Quit your jabbering and get to Kikuchiba.
Yes, sir!
Yes, sir! See you later.
I can't believe my first assignment is with you. I'm excited.
Hey, Yuito, wait up!
Yes, what is it? Mr. Wataru?
You can just call me Wataru. There's a notification for you about Bias. Looks like they messed up.
Bias?
It's an OSF-developed brain assistance system that amplifies and helps maximize your power. Every year, they choose subjects to gather combat data on the system, and this year, you're one of them. I won't sugarcoat it. It's still in development, so it's unstable, and the side effects aren't clear.
So they want me to be a guinea pig?
Sorry if I scared you. They've done tests before so that people who aren't compatible aren't selected. So don't worry too much. Either way, it's an order, so you can't refuse. Just try starting it up. It should have installed with all the other systems.
Is this right? Nothing seems different except for visuals.
The system works in your brain, using your power to display visions. Powers are just the ability to visualize. They get stronger the more you focus on them. This'll make connecting to SAS smoother, too. It'll still hurt a lot, though.
I think I got the gist of it. Thank you for explaining all of this to me.
Even though I told you not to worry, there are some nasty rumors about bias causing people to lose their minds or become emotionally unstable. So if you feel strange at all, don't strain yourself.
Okay, thanks. I'll be careful.
Well, that's it from me. Oh, and you don't have to be all polite with me. Just take it easy. All right, don't be late for your mission.
I'm a little worried about being an experiment. Well, I guess it won't change anything. Okay, I'll head to Kikuchiba when I'm ready.
Alright, let me catch up on chat. Sorry, I try not to talk when there's too much dialogue going on. Maybe Keitel. I definitely have considered it for if and when we finally get to do like a community stream. I'm kind of wanting to wait on doing community stuff until my schedule frees up a little bit more from school and such, and I am not so stressed about getting assignments in and whatnot. So maybe that could be fun for one of those kind of nights. Jamie. And yeah, the SAS, I said the name, well, like what it stands for earlier. I'd have to look back in my little dialogue thingies. Sneak up even. Right part. Alright, so we have a world map. Okay. Alright, let's check our brain message. I apologize. I'm probably not going to read all the little like side dialogues like this out loud because I feel like if I read every single one of them, we'd be here twice as long as it would take me to actually play through the game because there's a lot of dialogue. It's one thing reading the dialogue in something like Subnautica or Outer Wilds, but this is going to be a lot. It's an anime game. Like there's going to be a lot of dialogue. Most of it all seems kind of like side stuff anyway. Nothing like super crucial we need to know.
Amazing! You volunteered and got into the OSF.
Emotional
just like you always dreamed.
Part.
You were scouted, so I have to work hard to catch up to you.
The one you want to catch up to isn't me. It's her.
Yeah, a lot of repeating dialogue. Yeah, probably, Jamie, repenting dialogue. I know what you meant. You just my other message in case you do not. I won't lend you money. Yes, it's because I am heir. All right. Okay, actually, I want to go to my character roster. Yeah. Yeah, these creatures are so bizarre, though. Like, right? Like, what the hell? Who came up with these things? They kind of... What is it that I'm thinking of? They remind me of something... Oh, you know, they actually kind of remind me of, like, a very bizarre Silent Hill. Maybe that was one reason I was drawn to this game, because I love Silent Hill. Right, Bard? Okay, so we have challenges. And we can get exclusive things. I probably won't worry too much about these. And it seems like some of them will just happen organically over the course of the game anyway. Alright, I still have 0 BP to spend on that. Let's... No. Okay, hold on a sec. Oh, so the combat XP assist only increases one character's XP gained. Maybe I should leave it off so everyone stays relatively even. Oh, a couple of drugged out. Wait, what? I mean, I don't like joking about homeless people, but I'm curious what you're gonna say. Oh my god. Oof. So increased survival rate could be useful. I mean, I hate reality TV, honestly. That is not my thing. I don't like reality TV is just like pointless drama for the sake of drama, and that's just, And yeah, very sad. I mean, they're homeless. Like, that's sad. That's actually sad. I want them to not be homeless. And to have all the things that they want. Yeah, exactly, Bart. It's way too fake. And it's like, it's just people being mad at each other for the sake of being mad at each other, and it's really, it's very off-putting for me. So this could be nice, just the 5%, because that'll give me extra money too. Okay. Yeah, I've never watched too many Hallmark movies. There've been a couple I've seen that are, you know, they're decent. Nothing to write home about, but... Okay, I think there was an item, yeah, further up this way.
Are you friends with that Nagi guy?
Yeah, I can't keep him away from me. He gets carried away, but he's a good guy. He treats me normally, even though he knows I'm a Sumeragi.
Oh, good. I'm glad you have someone like that.
All these, like, visual aids are very interesting. Hey, Thrash! Welcome on in, dude! Oh my god! Screw the door then, just barge on in. I love it. How's it going, dude? I can't reach the brakes. I mean, you are an otter. A very small otter, so that makes sense. You've mentioned Wizard 101 before, Keitel. Yeah, I've heard of it, too. again right here. Right, exact. How dare the door, right, Bard? Alright, so the only other... Oh, well, there is an area over there I could go to. Let's see if there's an item this way. Because those items seem to be like equipment that I could use a lot of the time. So that would be handy to have. Okay, I can't go further up the steps. There's no transition area. It doesn't look like there's an item up there. Yeah. The Scarlet. Something tells me we're going to end up going to the moon in this game. Since they talk about like the red moon or scarlet moon. Yeah, I heard about George Winston. Yeah, that's super sad. Glad to hear you're doing okay, though. Otherwise. Yeah, it definitely is a shame. Yeah, that makes sense. Wait a minute, where am I going? Oh, I need to go this way. Oh, okay, so this just shows the world map. Got it. Okay, you're offering fish. Let's see what Thrash says then. Big fish. Okay, it looks like we're in an actual combat area because I can telekinesis these objects around me.
So, we're all here.
Captain Narukami, may I ask a question?
You don't have to be so
Mindling
formal.
Bard Nyokami.
We call each other by our first names in the OSF so we can strengthen our bonds. Most of us don't look our age. Ranks are there just to calculate pay.
The OSF only values strength. Remember that.
That's the gist of it. So what was your question?
Right. Wataru isn't here yet.
Wataru is this platoon's operator. He'll direct us from headquarters.
My power allows me to communicate telepathically without the system's assistance, up to around 500 kilometers.
Well, isn't that handy?
Being said, it's a lot of work, so join the group. Open your personal port.
Team leaders will be Nagi, Yuito, and Sugumi. Each of you listen to Wataru's orders and move to the designated goal. Try to take down
that would
any
be interesting,
others along
Keitel.
the way. Retreat is allowed if you think you can't handle it, but reach your goal. That's all.
Understood.
Okay. See you later.
Good luck.
As long as you give consent. All pets must come from consent,
Use
right?
brain talk to share information.
Come on.
Okay. SAS is a brain-to-brain connection with a virtual cable that allows you to temporarily use allies' powers. SAS menu is displayed on the lower right of the screen during battle. Pressing R1 plus any of the slots, I guess. I'm not going to press all 4 buttons at the same time. Each power effect lasts for a limited time. When the game reaches you, the effect will stop. You can stop the effect yourself with either R1 plus R3 or R1 plus the same button. Each power recovers at a different rate, but once it does, you can use it again. Okay. By borrowing pyrokinesis, flames engulf weapons and PK objects for the attack. And weapon combos will increase area. It increases damage to the enemy, and it can also cause burn status when repeatedly used. Okay, now we're starting to get interesting. It is effective against enemies with oiled status. Additional effects will be added as you strengthen your bond with Hanabi.
Let me Borrow this.
Connecting through SAS hurts and feels weird, but it really feels like you're fighting together.
It sprayed something like oil. Don't get it on you.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, that's fair, Thrash. Y'all are adorable. No matter how vicious you may actually be. Okay.
Here we go. All right.
This is pretty rare.
We did it.
The oil is making me sluggish.
Oh, yeah, so I think that... Oh, whoops, I must have accidentally hit. That's the visualization stuff that one psychic dude gave us. It allows us to mind link better with other folks. So, or maybe that's just what SAS does in general. But yeah, whenever I mind link with a party member, those mind link cables show up.
Looks like there's a resource nearby.
Right, Thrash. Oh, cannot hold any more of light jelly. Okay, well then I need to use one that I have and heal up. Okay.
Don't wander off. Don't go into heavily damaged areas. Understood. I'm good at reading the air. I mean, my power is aerokinesis after all.
Oh. Enough fire damage will inflict burn status. Additional damage taken until the status is removed. Cool.
That awkward pause was my power too. I think there's something over there.
I really can't, apparently.
That was close.
It's just gonna happen. Right? It's funny how that works out.
I have to water the flowers at headquarters.
Oh, I already did that. The seeds we planted in those pots have sprouted.
Nice recovery.
I know, right? Every household should have a dependable Kagero.
Here we go. We did it.
Looks like the enemy dropped something rare.
Let's keep this up.
Okay, I am liking the feel of combat for sure. And it's starting to get more interesting with these borrowing powers from... I can imagine how complicated this will start getting eventually. Once I get more teammates and power options.
We did it. All right.
Yeah, I've talked, lots of people have asked about doing sound bites. I typically like the vibe, like, without them, because I've been on streams where people have sound bites, and then people redeem them. I guess I can put, like, limits on or something, but I've been to so many streams where people just redeem them obnoxiously much, and it kills the vibe for me. But for certain streams, I might consider it, like, for certain spooky games, don't want to try to jump scare me or something, that could be fun. Something I'll look into in any case. I just haven't had time to actually sit down and do it since school and whatnot. Yeah, it gets really annoying. Personally. So I would definitely put some sort of, like, limit on it. Hold on, to consume the PK gauge and attack with special objects. Oh. Oh, damn. We got on-screen prompts now. Follow-up command. Oh. Yeah, exactly, Yokai. I think that's a really good point. Like, thankfully we have, you know, as much as I would love to grow the stream and, you know, have more folks here, it's nice as well to, you know, have a smaller chat where it's easy for me to talk to y'all and respond to, you know, as much as I can. But yeah, if I ever did them, they would definitely be on a big cooldown. And yeah, QuickTime events, it looks like, sort of. Let's try it.
We did it!
Nice, okay.
Don't get burned! I feel a little more confident.
Let's keep this up.
Oh boy.
Come on. Here we go. Hey! Hit it! No way!
Oh, nice, I knocked him down.
I didn't know you could use it like that. Your power is really great.
Okay, battle's over.
Yeah, you bring a good point, Bard. I probably would put them on a cooldown on a per-person basis. I think I can do that. And I would still allow, like, a couple to go through before a cooldown kicked in. I just wouldn't want someone to do, like, 10 redemptions back-to-back. Like, that just... That's a no from me. I mean, I'm doing pretty good. I'm at max health, so I guess I'll leave that there. Right, exactly, Thrash. Like, yeah, no thanks. I mean, okay, if it's done for bits, I obviously there's a benefit to me.
The city is above
But it's almost
and below
worth
us.
not
It
getting
feels
paid
like I'm
money
in a
to avoid
VR
those
from the
sounds,
park I
right?
went to when I was a kid.
It used to serve as the connection base to Togetsu. The city infrastructure was destroyed in an other attack about 5 years ago. So, what you see is what remains.
Togetsu is the stronghold of the Togetsu faith, right? It's kind of like a cult.
Don't say that out loud. Kagero is a believer. He was even a priest at one time.
What? That guy is a priest?
Hey, you do realize I can hear you, right? Don't forget, our platoon's headsets are all connected.
Sorry.
No, don't worry about it. My parents were believers, so I just naturally became a priest. I don't care about the teachings at all. Now that Kikuchiba is like this, you hardly ever see people coming to Suo from the church anymore.
What's that drone doing?
Damn, they found us even though we were jamming them. Crows, Captain. So they sniffed us out. Look alive, everyone.
Crows?
The press. Guys, the Crows will make a big deal out of this. Let's make it exciting.
You call the press crows. Fitting.
They're pretty, but kind of scary.
Yeah, it's like they're looming up there.
Oh, you played Cyberpunk, Thrash? Nice. I never did play that. But yeah, this is... so apparently they created a whole genre name for this game called Brain Punk. Which, you know, with the whole telekinesis stuff, makes sense. But yeah, it definitely has similar vibes, like with the cityscape to Cyberpunk for sure.
Let me borrow this. Hey. All right. Let's keep this up.
Right, Bard. Oh, is there an expansion coming out? Oh. That's funny. I've never heard it coined that way before, but that's hilarious. Alright, let's make sure. There's that potion back there, but I don't really need it, so I guess I'll leave it. And it says there's a gimmick? Hold on a second. I want to go back. Is there like a secret thing that I need to do in order to get behind that wall? And right, Thrash. So far it seems, you know, pretty interesting. Okay, so there is an item back there. What gimmick do I need to do though in order to get that? Can I do it right now? I mean, I can't jump on objects. That much is certain. Well, maybe. Yeah, he keeps falling off. Oh, nice, Thrash. Yeah, I guess because it's the Summer Game Fest or whatever going on right now, which is like basically E3 since E3 is like dead. So yeah, lots of new game announcements and stuff. So that makes sense that we'd get more. Yeah, I wonder. I don't think there's any way to break it like just with normal attacks. I wonder if there's anything about gimmicks in the... Right, Thrash. Yeah, even the psychokinesis doesn't seem to want to do anything. I mean, you could Bard. That would be lovely. Okay. Well, apparently this game, I did see online, like, I looked up if there were any missable trophies, and nothing in this game is missable. You can always return to places and figure stuff out. So it may be something that I don't have access to the gimmick I need. So I'm not going to stress too much about it. Let's just carry onward. Nice. Under the waves? Do tell! I want to know about, you know, this bear likes to swim too. I need another Subnautica game. Of course, we are going to do the sequel to Subnautica at some point. I was pointing at the garage things. Oh, that's actually, oh, I didn't notice that, Bard. Hold on. Let me go back really quick since you said that. And yeah, right, Yokami, for a JRPG, that's huge. It's huge. One reason I was okay with actually playing this game, because I hate having to like use a step-by-step guide to make sure I don't miss anything. Because I'm OCD like that, and I like to have all the things. And thankfully this is a, like, you don't need to worry about it. diving subgame? Sweet, dude. I'm gonna have to check that out. That sounds awesome. Yeah, the arrows. I mean, it does. I mean, certainly. Of course, there's these arrows. This must be like instructions for people parking. Yeah, these are directional arrows for like cars parking in this parking lot. So it's just cosmetic. Yeah, but power of grief set in the depths of the North Sea. Oh damn, that sounds super deep, Thrash, in like more ways than one. Wow. Oh my god, Yokami, I feel for you. That's going to be brutal. That's going to be brutal. Yeah, seriously, Thrash, that sounds really good. And yeah, exactly, Bard. Alright, let's press on. Oh, geez, Yokami, that's impressive. That's really yeah, I bet that was a Herculean effort. Okay, so these Kuchubia environment things, hold on. Are those like items, or I feel like they're... Hold on, let me get rid of all these red items on... Okay, so they are items. Environmental data collected in the DLC. Useful as basic data. I wonder what these do, though. I almost feel like it might be relatable in terms of... Oh man, I feel you, Thrash. I totally understand the anxiety depression battle, dude. Big bear hugs to you.
What does a Togetsu priest do?
Oh, are you interested in me?
No, not at all. I was just asking.
Playing hard to get, I see. All we do is spread the message. Souls return to the room.
All right.
It sprayed something like oil. Don't get it on you.
Hey, let me borrow this.
Nice fire! You got this!
I'll do very, very gentle bear hugs. With, like, just my paws.
I feel a little more confident.
I don't have anything to use L2 on in this area.
Let's keep this up. I can still fight.
Bard. I love that Thrash. It's adorable.
I've been using brain talk since I was a cadet, but it still makes me uneasy sometimes. I worry that someone might hear everything I'm thinking.
That won't happen. It's not telepathy. I can't read other people's thoughts either. Don't worry.
Enough oil damage will inflict the oiled status. You can lose your footing and will become unable to use dodge. It'll be easier to become burned when attacking. Okay, interesting. So there's like elemental combinations. That makes sense. That's pretty cool. Like, put me down. I mean, of course, if you don't want to be held, I'll put you right down. I never do anything no one wants me to do.
All teams, anything amiss? No, sir. Nagi team has nothing to report. Oh, that's good. You're on my team, though, so you didn't need to check in. What are you doing, Nagi?
Okay, there's another gimmick down this way. They haven't explained gimmicks yet, so I imagine I'll have to come back through here at some point. Unless they're literally just like secrets for you to figure out. Oh, can I cut that cable or something? Yeah, it looks like there's got to be a way for me to cut the power to this fence or something to open it up, because I can clearly go back that way. There is map there. But yes, the Ott is very cute. Yeah, I bet you're right, Bard. I need someone with the right. Oh, I bet that's gonna be a thing. Like, once I expand my party, certain characters will be able to do certain things in the environment itself. But it looks like I'll only be able to have 3 people in my party total at any given point. So I may have to replay areas if I don't have the right person. It may be impossible to have all things accessible at any given playthrough of an area because you can only have 3 people. That would be interesting. Oh, you. Of course you're cute. Unless you don't want to be called cute. But you're adorable in my eyes.
Restricted area. Get back here. Oh, sorry. I was just curious. That still doesn't make it okay. You'll write up an incident report when we get back to headquarters. Yes, sir.
Whoops. Alright, quick Oreo break. Ow. Oh, really now, Thrash? Well, I am not one to be offensive on purpose, so my apologies.
Good.
Yeah, probably Bard. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, there's clearly going to be a boss fight ahead. Hold on. Bard. There you go. Okay, another gimmick. Damn straight. So that's the way to your heart. Got it. Only sparkles.
Oh, Yuito's team is the first to the objective.
Nice going.
Yeah! Hey! Do you hear something?
Good instincts, Yuito. I'm getting other readings nearby. No. Wait. This is a major other. Captain, Tsugumi, a major other has appeared at the
A
objective.
major other.
Major others are others that have killed OSF members in the past.
Oh.
Captain!
It'll take a few minutes for the rest of the teams to arrive. This may be rough for rookies.
Oh, interesting. I can move this around with the right stick. That's weird.
Yuito, Hanabi, look alive!
Ah, I remember this one from the trailer. All right, then.
I guess we've got no choice. Hanabi, let's go!
All right, I'm ready.
This thing does look pretty tough.
Yeah, we have to have a plan to fight it. Oh, look up there. There's some material hanging down. Yuito, use your psychokinesis to slam it down on its head.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it.
Come here. Come on. Oh, I was holding L2. I wonder why it didn't go. I need him to jump. Oh. There we go.
The other is covered in oil, so if you use my power, you can turn it into a big fireball.
That was close.
Yuito!
Don't get worked up because it's a major other. Keep your eyes open. You especially, Yuito. Your power lets you use the things around you. Don't focus only on the enemy in front of you. Yes, sir.
Everyone, get back! Now!
Don't get burned!
Here we go!
Nice. That is one benefit, right on.
Are you okay?
Thank you, thank you. You know, it's first boss fight. I assume it's gonna be pretty
All of
easy.
you, stay back or you'll get hurt.
Right? That would be really funny. And kind of sad. We barely started this game. Bard.
So the hero of this fight is, of course, Private Yuito Sumeragi, who took down a major other on his first assignment. Congratulations, Private Sumeragi. Let's hear from him.
Thanks.
How do you feel?
I'm glad we were able to defeat the other.
Your first victory on your first deployment.
Right? I mean, you're not wrong.
I can't answer you very well myself. Please, ask the commander.
Septentrion 7th Class, Captain Seto Narukami. How did Private Sumeragi do?
Both Yuito and Hanabi fought very well.
The fact that Private Sumeragi was put under your command, Captain, must mean that the top brass thinks highly of you.
That's something you'll have to ask my superiors about. We're pulling out. The mission doesn't end until we get to Suo. Keep your eyes open.
Understood.
I know, right? Yokami,
No sign of the
the
crows.
freaking
Looks like we
paparazzi.
got their
Damn.
sights on Yuito this year.
What do you mean this year?
Every year, the crows latch on to whoever stands out among the rookies.
Nice. Make
he
that
or she
tea.
becomes their new star. It's gonna be rough here on out.
What? Oh, man.
That just means you'll be in the limelight. You may get tons of interview requests.
Maybe they'll put him on the PR magazine like Arashi.
Could be. They don't know when to quit. Yuito, I know it'll be a pain, but don't answer directly. Just evade any questions.
Yeah, I'll do my best.
Here they come.
Oh, looks like Tsugumi found the crows.
Okay, we'll keep this short. That's the end of this assignment. From now on, our orders will be sent directly from above.
Oh, yay, Fenrir emotes.
You can't refuse a deployment order. Go to the designated place at the designated time and carry out your mission. You can take on suppression assignments and training at your leisure, but don't slack off too much.
Crows.
They'll be here soon. We're jamming them, but it's just a matter of time.
If you have any further questions, ask Wataru. Okay, back to Suo.
Captain, can I be excused here? I want to make a stop.
Do you have to do it right now?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yeah, fine. Do whatever you want.
Love you, Captain.
Ooh, Taco Bell. I haven't had Taco Bell in ages. Wait a minute. Okay. Yay. Level up. Maybe not so secretly. Oh wow, I have a lot of BP now. Taco Bell hash. Wait a minute, I haven't had their hash browns. That sounds interesting. Okay, plug in slot. Hitting enemies stunned by a depleted crush gauge increases the XP bonus. That sounds cool. Charge attack. Nice. Okay, that's a good thing to get. And then we'll go ahead and increase our attack as well. Cool. Damn, so yeah, you can really level up these SAS abilities. I wonder what you do with these, like, data things. Oh, seriously, Thrash? I mean, I do love me some hash browns. That sounds pretty amazing, actually.
I didn't just say that for the press. You two really did a great job. Looks like there's a resource nearby.
Normalization tablet. I wonder what that does.
Oh, Seto.
the pampered Sumeragi kid.
What's with the attitude? Wait, Naomi?
Oh, Nagi and Yuito.
Naomi and Kasane, hi. Good job today.
Kyoka, are you training rookies too?
Yes, we got a bunch of cuties again this year, so I have to do my best.
My guys are doing well. Hey, Kasane, was it? How was training?
I think I did as well as I could.
Good.
Okay, so she likes him.
Kasane? Wait.
What is it, Naomi?
Bard.
Oh, are you all right?
Huh? Oh, I'm fine.
I just saw you on Himuka TV. You looked way too composed to be a rookie. I was very impressed.
Thank you.
Kyoka Platoon. Everyone except team leaders is dismissed. Team leaders, come with me to headquarters.
Same for us. Team leaders to headquarters.
Kasane?
What?
Have we met somewhere before?
We fought an other together. Did you forget?
No. Not that. So, you have a sister?
You mean Naomi? Did you get hit in the head? You're weird. But your power was pretty good. Good luck.
Oh, thanks.
Hey, Yuito. So you're friends with the Randall sisters?
Right, Bard. It's a very interesting
If that
design
seemed
choice.
friendly to you, then you're weird as well.
Really?
I'm heading back to headquarters. Keep chatter to a minimum outside. Crows are after you.
I'll go back to headquarters with you.
Hey, thanks so much, Keitel. Thanks for hanging around with us. Enjoy, and we'll see you next time if we don't see you later.
That's nice, Yuito. That was just because she happened to see me do something good. Kasane was pretty harsh, though. I'm still jealous. If I had just gotten there a little earlier.
Okay, I don't see any other resource things, but this place is now open that wasn't earlier. I want to go check that out. Just in case there's something that's there that's not showing up on the map. Nah. Okay, so they don't always show up on the map. You have to get, like, close to them or something. Can I, like, actually stop and get coffee? Is that what these things... Or is that just for, you know, cosmetics? In the World Ends with Yuki, you can go stop and have food. In fact, you have to level up your stats.
I think Kaguro takes too many liberties. You can't just say you're taking a detour and go straight home by yourself. Kaguro is always like that.
You're very serious.
No, you're the serious one.
What kind of tea did you make, Thrash? Oh, damn. I'm not really a tea person, but that actually sounds really good. Nope.
Hey, It's Major General Karin Travers.
Keep your voice down, you idiot!
Private Yuito Sumeragi. I heard you were getting chased around by the crows.
Yes, sir.
They're just like mosquitoes in the winter. Powerless, but annoying. So use them instead. It's easier to climb the ranks with some notoriety. You'll also learn a thing or two under Seto's leadership. Anyway, keep at it. I expect big things from you.
Lucky you. Major General Karin apparently has had an eye on your talent since you were still a cadet.
What? Really?
Yes. A Septentrion First Class thinks you're promising.
Right there,
Don't let
Ash.
him down.
Major General Karin's faith in me. It doesn't seem to be because of my brother. He doesn't seem the type. Oh, crap. I can't stop myself from smiling.
Anyway, could you go report to Wataru? I'm going to go check on Kagero.
Why?
It seems like he stayed behind in Kikuchiba, and I'm a little concerned. Oh yes, and Nagi, you entered a prohibited area back there. Write and submit an incident report immediately.
Oh.
I mean, right though, he's totally the villain, right?
Karin knows you.
He must really see something in you. It's so amazing that you managed to get his attention.
Yeah. But I'm a volunteer soldier.
You're finally here. I got so tired of waiting for you that I dragged myself out. Hurry up and give me your mission report to put on record. I want to get this over with so I can go play some games.
Well, at least he's honest. Reinforcement request.
It's a distress signal. We have to go.
I'm coming too.
You were told to write up an incident report, Nagi.
But Yuito is going.
Hanabi, please go see Wataru for me. And could you help Nagi write his report? I'll head over to Mizuhagawa.
What?
Yuito, be careful. It must be bad if Arashi is asking for help.
You're backing me up. I'm counting on you.
Right, exactly, Thrash.
Be careful, Yuito.
Yeah, sorry about everything. Like Nagi.
Seriously, make it back in one piece, alright?
So we have side quests now. You're one of this year's new recruits. Don't get a big head from all the attention. Prove to me you belong here. It'll be easy for an up-and-coming rookie like you. You'll get the data I tell you to. I'll give you a reward if you bring it back. Ah. Huh, you're eager. There are a bunch of others there, so do your best. Don't get cocky. Alright, so now we're making Star Wars references. Alright, let's activate that. Yeah, I can report the quest as complete, because I already got that. Here to tell me you couldn't do it, I won't take for an effort. Hurry and get the data. Oh, well maybe I didn't get it. I mean, it's kind of easy to do though, right, Thrash? This ought to Trekkie. Yeah, you know, we can have both Trekkie and Star Wars. They can coexist. Okay, Kikuchiba environment C, 2 out of 2. So, report complete. Yes. Ah, so I just... Oh, and hey, another trophy. So I just report it complete in the quest interface itself. That's nice. I don't have to go back and revisit. And there's a complete listing of what quests I have taken and not taken. That's cool. All right. Hey, there you go. Yeah, I still haven't gotten Jedi Survivor yet. I cannot wait. But yeah, dude, Bad Batch was a great show. Yes, all the space things. Any space thing is a good thing, for the most part. Okay, so I can go to world map. Just go there. Strange New World Season 2. You know, I haven't even seen Season 1 of that. Is it pretty good? Especially for Space Blubs. I mean, you know. Live action Lower Decks episode. Oh god, they're doing a live action of that? Oh god. I've only ever watched the trailer for that, but it looks hilarious.
Yuito,
It's good? Awesome.
Data for the distress signal. Confirm?
Oh. Okay, attack that destroys the enemy's weak point and defeats it in one hit. Chip down the enemy's crush gauge located below its health gauge, and an icon will appear. When it does, press L2 to execute a brain crush. Crush gauge can be reduced greatly with rush follow attacks and psychokinesis follow attacks. Okay. Quick action is required as the enemy recovers over time. Additionally, disabled enemies with depleted crush gauges can only be defeated with brain crush. And always make them drop items as well. Oh, really? That's funny, Thrash. Interesting.
Arashi should be there. Understood.
Okay, so let's start things off. Brain crush. Nice. Oh, that's cool.
If I aim carefully, I'll be able to make the mission easier.
Oh my god, wow, that's high praise, Thrash. Jeez.
Hey, Wataru, what's it like there? The extinction belt advanced while the city was being constructed. A lot of others came down and it became a dangerous area. There are no plans to restart construction. It's a forgotten ghost town.
Yeah, I may have to check that out too.
Here we go. Let's keep this up.
Looks like the enemy dropped something rare.
All right.
Ooh, hello, saxophone. Yeah.
I'm going to get stronger. Check your route, Yuito.
Wow,
You're
that's
off the
awesome, Thrash. Damn, I may really have to check that out then. Yeah, it sounds like it. It looks hilarious from the small clips I've seen.
Now die! Come on. Here we go. Let's keep this up. Come on.
Oh. Some others have a hard shell that protects their weak points. If you come across another like this, you'll have to break its shell to reveal its weak spot in order to defeat it. Attacking their weak spots will greatly reduce their crush gauge.
Damage to outer shell confirmed. Keep going and break it.
Here we go.
The shell is broken. Give it everything you have.
Hey!
Oh, jeez.
Still fight. Good. Come on.
All right, there we go. And it's hard to keep up the chain of psychokinesis to, like, regular attacks and then back and forth. Damn. Duly noted, Thresh. That's pretty awesome. I love that you love it so much. It's always awesome to see people, like, fan out and geek out over stuff, because, you know, it means they're happy and they love it. And I love seeing people happy. Hey, Pop, how's it going, dude? Welcome on in. Welcome to the anime party.
Looks like there's a resource nearby.
Yas, we playing some JRPG. Right, Bard? Agreed. Oh, there was another item back there. A refueling drink. So hold on a sec. I have light jelly and then I have all light jelly. Is that literally what it means? Or is that like just my full health? Or am I using up all my light jelly? No, stop. Only geek out. Hold on. Oh, for all allies. I see. A family pack that you can share with everyone. Nice. Oh, really, Thresh? That's amazing. Puts the SAS gauge to full. Oh, normalization tablet cures the status ailments. A bite in for a sour plum flavor. Mm. Okay. So, data spots, gimmick. So there is a gimmick here. Oh, but I bet I can actually do this gimmick because it's the... Yeah, so yeah, the gimmick does require a certain party member. Hold on, let me go check out and make sure I didn't miss a data. Bard. All chill. I mean, yeah, matches up, doesn't it? Okay, I must have already gotten this data. Oh, I guess maybe they're colored that way because I collected them. That's handy. That's handy. I bet later I'll get a thing that shows all unobtained data spots and I can easily go back and collect them. Don't fall for it. Yeah, I'll believe that. Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh, so that was actually a combat-related gimmick. So not all gimmicks are for progressing. Ah, interesting. Okay. Alright, let's progress. Just let it swing. Oh, I will.
Hi there, new guy. Right on time.
Hey, Invented, welcome back, dude.
See, I'm in the middle of something. Do you think you could help me out?
Of course. At your service.
You don't need to be so formal. Age and rank don't mean much here.
Pop.
Oh, okay. I would like to help as well.
Good answer. Gemma, connect Yuito to the SAS.
Thresh.
Affirmative.
Hey, no worries at all, bud. I know you got a lot going on lately.
Arashi, can you use your hypervelocity to get behind the target?
Do I get hazard pay?
That's something you should take up with Major General Fubuki.
Fine, I'll help. You two handle the front while I take the back.
Damn. It's the crows.
I'm gonna give it my all.
That's it.
What's with that drone? It totally gave us away to the others.
It happens. The crows have a right to use their drones to broadcast.
But I know how you feel. All right. You guys promise to back up my story later, okay?
I love it, Thresh.
What?
Oh, well, hey,
For
that's
real?
equally valid, Invented. I'm glad you did.
You're going to be reprimanded.
And right, Thresh.
So get
Gotta
your
have the
story
anime
straight and
pose.
back me up. Yuito, your power is psychokinesis, right? Use their remnants as you see fit. You can drop any crows that show up after, too.
Okay.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Nice. So we're using the crows as fodder. While barring hypervelocity, you can move at a pace that makes it feel as if time is slowed down. Nice! Running faster means you want to finish off quickly. Additional effects will be added as you strengthen your bond with Arashi. And then...
Thanks, Arashi.
Okay, I'm digging the flashy kill moves.
The fallen drone won't come back. Don't make its sacrifice be in vain.
But you're the one who knocked it down.
Hey, I just answered Yuito's request.
What?
Let me borrow this.
Use this.
It's a fast one. Use SAS, Yuito. Fight speed with speed.
Now I can take it easy.
Ah, man. I need to let my hypervelocity charge up.
I'm pleased to meet you. I thought Arashi told you not to be so formal. Just call me Gemma.
You look so old, Gemma. That's probably why he's acting.
And right?
Well, I am older, but even so, don't worry about it.
Thanks, Arashi.
Alright. There we go.
Here we go.
By barring Celerokinesis, you harden your entire body and render enemy attacks ineffective. Oh, wow. Time shortens the number of attacks. Okay, so Tank Buster, basically. Nice. Or like a shield against Tank Busters.
Outer shell if you keep attacking.
Time to use this.
Okay. Ah, Bard. That is one way of putting it, yes. Ow.
This is no. I can still fight.
Charge you.
Nope.
I need you, Gemma.
Now I can take it easy.
Successfully reached ship. Attack now.
Ooh, what trophy was that? Through 100 objects. Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah, yes you do, Bart.
All done. Ugh, that was way too much work. I don't feel like doing anything now.
What are we gonna do about destroying the Crow's drones? Intentionally interfering with their reporting is against military regulation.
We accidentally mistook it for an other and destroyed it. It happens. Got it?
Yes, it was an unfortunate accident. Though I'm not sure how I feel about this.
Hey, don't worry about it. You showed promise.
All right, we'll leave it at that.
We did what we had to. Now let's get back to Suo.
Yes.
Right.
Hey, Gemma.
What?
Your leg. You look like you're limping. Did you get hurt?
Oh, you're right. This isn't good. Running into more others now would be bad news.
I'm fine.
If you're limping, you must be in pain. We should at least do some first aid.
No, it's dangerous out here. We need to move.
I know a place. My family has a unit around here we use as an emergency shelter when we travel to Seiran. We should be able to treat you safely there.
That's great. Show us the way.
Copy that. I'll send you the coordinates now.
Okay, you're right. That is close. Gemma, you just have to tough it out until we get there.
I'm fine.
Stop it. I know you, and you're always pushing yourself too hard.
That's fair, Thrash. I like that the characters you're currently with in party show up on the loading screen. That's a nice touch. The hideout. Cool. So now we have a hub.
So this is the Sumeragi Family Evacuation Unit. It's a lot fancier than your standard unit.
You think so?
I know. We should tell Seto about this place and make it a safe house for Seto Platoon. It's like a little hideout. It feels perfect.
What's a safe house?
It's like an evacuation site each team has that's separate from headquarters.
Right, Thrash?
OSF refers to them as hideouts. They come in handy when we're faced with casualties like today.
Oh, that's right. Gemma, let me see your leg.
You're not fine at all. Look at all the blood. Stop trying to tough everything out.
Infinite.
I wasn't doing it intentionally. I just couldn't feel the pain because of all the adrenaline.
Yeah. Anyway, Yuito, you looked comfortable with medical treatments. I'm impressed.
I had health problems as a kid, so I have a lot of experience taking care of my own injuries.
I see. I'm sure your parents were pretty busy.
Yeah. You know who my father is, and my mother was killed by another when I was 5. We had a maid at home, but I just got used to doing everything on my own.
It's good to be independent. Though not sure that's very convincing coming from me.
Yeah, you could learn to do a few more things on your own, so Major General Fubuki won't have to worry so much.
Major General Fubuki? What does he have to do with Arashi?
I thought it was common knowledge. Fubuki and I are siblings.
What? You're the Major General's younger sister?
The other way around. You can't judge anyone in the OSF by our appearance. I'm Fubuki's older sister.
Wow.
Arashi has the potential to rival even the Septentrions if she stops slacking off.
How rude, Gemma. I just hate wasting my energy. What do you say we rest here? Even if we go back to Suo, all that's waiting for us there is paperwork and nosy crow news interviews.
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen Dark Side of Dimensions yet. I really need to do that.
Aren't you the daughter of the Ichijo OSF hospital chairman?
Captain Arashi Spring?
Call me Arashi, please. Every year you newbies have the same reaction.
I'm sorry. Nice to meet you. I'm Hanabi Ichijo. The hospital is run by my uncle, who's the head of the family, so we aren't directly involved.
I see. Well, I suppose it's best if both of us avoid connections to hospitals and pharmaceuticals.
Hanabi, did you bring it?
Yes, I brought medication and emergency rations. Were the supplies here in this unit that old?
Nice
A lot
thresh.
of them were past their expiration date. I mean, my dad hasn't been to Seiron in a long time, so I guess it's understandable. Oh, don't worry, Gemma. The medication and bandages I used on you weren't expired.
Thanks again for your help. You two seem close. Did you know each other before joining the OSF?
I mean, you gotta have a
We're
Blue Eyes
childhood
deck, right? At least one in your collection.
Surprising the Ichijo and Sumeragi families would be acquainted. Well, you've come all this way. Why don't you stay and make yourself comfortable?
Yes.
Sounds like Arashi calls the shots.
Nice. Hey, nice. We finished phase 1. Alright. You can return to the hideout whenever you want. Returning to the hideout will recover your HP. Oh, actually a typo there. Will recover you HP. Whoops! Quality, someone get quality assurance on the line. We gotta report a bug. Or a typo. Contact your teammates in the hideout and give them gifts to strengthen your bonds. The interval in between the main story is called the standby phase. Standby phase is always started at the hideout and you are free to move. If you want to progress the main story, check out the table in the center of the hideout's living room. Okay. You can choose battle members besides the main character and reserve members from party in the main menu. You can set members' powers in the SAS menu. If you use battle members' power through SAS, there will be a bonus added to the duration at SAS gauge recovery speed. Okay. Get me your miniature Bard, right? I liked having the fire thing, but speed and tankiness is also nice. I mean, it seems like I'm gonna have up to like 5 total people in my party at any point later in the story, because I have more buttons to push for like psych powers. I mean, I definitely do not qualify myself as a like drawing artist. I've doodled and, you know, I've done some drawings, but definitely not an artist by trade or anything. Yes, I want to. I want to, Bart. Nice, you made a lot of things in Thrash. That's awesome. Oh, thank you for the hydrate, pup. Let's get a power enhance. Okay, interesting. So my... do I have a brain map for each character? No, it seems only to be for the main. So how do I... Oh, I bet I have to increase their plug-in slots through, like, bonding with them or whatever. Oh, you use a Junk and Stardust Dash to Master Duel? Nice, Bard. Yeah, we need to set up like a time to do duels against one another, because I know a lot of y'all are playing it now. Invented. Punky heart. That's amazing. Well, the good thing is that the Yu-Gi-Oh art style, it's actually kind of diverse. There's not one art style they use for the cards. So, you know, since that, you kind of could apply your own style to it. Yeah, I'll have to think on that and write part. Yeah, that's fair, Thrash. The ban list is unfortunate for standard play. I think if you're doing custom battles, like if we were just battling each other, you can craft and use decks that go against the ban list. Like you can use forbidden cards in your decks. You just can't use it in like the standard ranked play mode where you like level up your rank against random online people. Bonk man, Bart. Yeah, I get what you mean, admitted, for sure. Threat! I summon Pot of Greed! Jesus, that video. But that's against the rules, isn't it? I summon Pot of Greed! Oh, God. People have too much time on their hands, I swear. And it's glorious. I feel like I'm gonna need Gemma for his tank ability in order to avoid damage, like, from bosses and whatnot. And then the super speed was, man, I guess I need to keep them for now. I like the pyro, but I don't know, that's really hard. I guess I'll just leave them.
So different from the way they present her on TV.
She's always lazy when she's not on camera, so a lot of people call her Lazy Aura.
Lazy Aura. That suits her perfectly.
I can watch TV. An extremely dangerous major other appeared in Kikushiba. However, once again, the Scarlet Guardians managed to dispatch the monsters in a timely manner. Grabbing the limelight was Private Yuito Sumeragi, who managed to finish off a major other on his very first mission. A remarkable achievement for one's first battle. We can expect great things to come from this new Scarlet Guardian. Okay. We're now able to exchange items, and new stuff has been added. Okay. Bunny ears. Wow. Of course. What is exchange? Using exchange at the shop lets you trade data items with various items. These are items that can only be gained from this exchange. I see. Okay. There are two types of data items. Other data that is mainly obtained by defeating others, and environmental data that is obtained from the locations. Okay. So that's what these battle records are for. Got it. Wow. And there's a lot. Holy. Wow. Now, a lot of these look like they have the asterisk, so they're added by the DLC. Bard, I just saw what you said earlier. I have that. Y'all are hilarious. I love you guys. Interesting. So yeah, basically they're like, these are like quests. I need to get these items in order to get the cool thing. And I bet some of them are locked behind optional quests and hard optional boss fights and stuff. Beyond Pet Food has made the premium. I did not know that, but now I do. Okay, so interesting. You learn something new every day. Okay, let's talk. The hideout was like a secret base. So exciting. Do you think it's okay if I left some personal belongings? Bond episode. Can I do that already?
Yuito, wanna talk? I mean, we're on the same team now.
Okay, but what do you want to talk about? We've known each other since we were kids. You pretty much know everything about me.
You know, we didn't see much of each other since joining up. I thought we could catch up.
Catch up? I guess we haven't had the time to really sit down and talk.
Right? Why don't we go take a walk out of the city?
Okay, let's go.
Bard.
I haven't been on a relaxing walk like this in a while.
Me neither. I've been on missions constantly since being assigned.
We need to take time for ourselves like this now and then.
So, what were you doing between the time you were scouted and the time you joined?
Well, during my time at the academy, I studied, trained my power, and hung out with friends.
Me too. I guess there's not too much difference between the scouted and volunteer soldiers.
Yeah, we were both headed to the same place in the end.
What about everything else? How are your parents?
They're both doing great. Just the other day, they kept messaging me while they were on a date for their wedding anniversary.
They're so carefree. I'm glad to hear they haven't changed.
I found myself ignoring their calls for a while. It feels nice to talk like this again.
It's only been 2 years, but it feels like we haven't seen each other for much longer.
Yeah, it really does.
Are you okay?
It's nothing. Anyway, can I ask you something?
Sure. What's up?
So, what do you think about Kasane?
Huh? Why are you suddenly bringing up Kasane?
Well, you know, we're catching up. I wanted to ask you something that must be on your mind. And it seemed like you've been thinking about Kasane. A lot.
It did? Well, I guess I've been curious about her.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know how to put it. I can't get Kasane's face out of my mind.
You can't?
No. Her face looks exactly like the person who saved me when I was a kid. I'll never forget that face. So when I met someone who had the same face, I started to wonder if they were somehow related.
Oh, so it's just because she looks like the person who saved your life?
Yeah, that's right. The reason why I even volunteered for the OSF is because I wanted to
Oh,
be
hey,
like
thanks
the
so much for
person who
hanging out,
saved my
Thrash.
life.
You have a good rest of the night. Get some good sleep,
She's
bud.
the ideal
Hey,
image
Oni,
of what
welcome
the
in, dude.
OSF should be.
That wasn't exactly the direction I was going for, but I guess that's fine.
Then what did you want to know? I'll try to answer.
It's okay. It's
Blah, blah.
not a big
Excuse me.
deal. You know, you're really amazing. You've had this goal since you were a child, and you've been working towards it all your life.
No, I'm not amazing at all. You're way more amazing, because you were actually scouted.
That's not true. Being scouted meant that I had no choice but to enlist.
You didn't want to join the OSF?
It's not that, but I never thought about what I wanted to do in the OSF.
That's so like you. You're more comfortable taking action than you are thinking.
Hey, that seems like a roundabout way of calling me stupid.
What? No, I didn't mean it like that at all. You just put more stock into being proactive. Wait, that's not much better.
I'm just joking. I know what you mean. Ready to head back to the hideout?
Yeah. Thanks for inviting me out. I'm really glad we got to talk like this again.
I had fun too. Do you want to talk again like this sometime?
That sounds good. Let's do it.
Okay, it's a promise. Don't forget.
I won't. You better not forget either.
I definitely won't. Well, let's head back to the hideout.
She hasn't changed. She's so cheerful and energetic. I feel recharged.
You haven't changed at all.
Really?
Really? I mean, you're still into Baki, but I'm a bit happy that you haven't changed. Just staying being you.
Alright, bond level 2. So now we get, with SAS active, hold triangle in midair to create a flame current and deal damage in a large area. Also, when you're attacked, there is a chance for a vision of Hanabi to appear and block the attack, negating damage. That's cool. In the standby phase, scenes with allies called bond episodes can happen depending on your progress in the main story. There are 2 ways to start a bond episode. Talk to your ally in the hideout and select bond episode. Replay or reply to a brain message from your ally. Oh shit, so I need to keep an eye on those. Deepen the bond with your allies by progressing bond episodes, fighting with them, and giving gifts after standby phase 2. Okay, so we haven't gotten there yet. After doing so, your bond level with them will increase when you speak to them at the hideout. As the bond level with your allies increases, SAS effects are added and they will form support actions on you, such as healing and reviving more regularly.
I want to get to know you better, you know?
Oh, like fighting habits? I guess that would be important if we're fighting together. I heard you took down another major other. Oh man, I wish I could have fought with you. It wasn't broadcast this time. Weren't the crows there? No, a lot was going on.
Yeah. We didn't totally smash all their cameras. Okay, I like that there's a little reply button over here so I know which ones I need to respond to. Okay, can I do a Bond episode with anyone else? Doesn't look like it. Alright, well now that I actually leveled her up, now I actually do want her in my party. I'm gonna exchange the super speed one. Just hopefully I don't have to run into very many super speed enemies. Because then I don't know how I'm gonna deal with them. Okay, what can we buy with BP? We need 3 to go that way. Oh, it looks like I'm going to have to revive allies if they go down in battle. That's interesting. I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, see, that's what I'm wondering, Bard. Like, I don't know. Maybe I actually do have access to... So, it looks like on the screen here, I do have all 3 things here. So maybe maybe there's only 4 additional characters. And while I can only have 3 in my party total, the other 2 in reserve, I still actually have access to them and their SAS abilities. They're just not fighting in combat with me. Oh, hold on a sec. I just saw this change tactics button. Oh, wow. I can tell... Wow. Fight to the brink, don't overdo it, evasive maneuvers, target different enemy, target same enemy, and battle at will. I guess battle at will makes the most sense. But, man, that could be useful later on. Interesting, you can, like, control their AI. That's handy. Alright. I need to take a quick bathroom break. I'll be right back and we will continue. Okie dokie, we are back. Let's get the show on the road.
A message from Kasane? I should check it right away.
Can we meet up? There's a lot I need to talk to you about. I'll be waiting Kikuchiba. Oh, alright. Sure, don't mind. I'll head to Kikuchiba now.
A call from Kasane? Maybe I can ask her a little bit about the person who saved me.
Yeah, that's interesting. If Kasane saved him when he was a kid, how is she the same age now?
Sorry to keep you waiting. So, what is it?
I'm glad you get straight to the point. I was getting tired of people who force small talk.
Thanks. I figured.
Is there anyone you like?
What? Why is she asking me that? Does she?
What's your type? What are your plans for your future? Are you interested in taking over Randall Industries?
Wait, hold on. Why are you asking me that?
I'm running a
right,
background
Bard.
check.
Yo, comment.
Me here?
Not just that. Captain Seto seems to have dropped his fountain pen around here somewhere. I wanted to talk to you anyway, so I thought I'd ask you what you knew about it.
His fountain pen? Now that you mention it, I guess Captain Seto did have a nice one.
There you go, Inminen.
For it.
So even you like to ask too many questions.
What? That's a perfectly normal question to ask.
Don't look at me like that. We can talk while we look for the pen.
Okay. So these environmental things actually may be repeatable locations, because I know I grabbed that one last time. And if they're golden, I haven't picked it up, or they've respawned. And then if not, then... And yeah, she seems very either straight to the point or robotic, as you say, Bard. Okay, well, they're enhanced, and you can use it without depleting the gate. Oh, that's nice. So you now able to use, I can use fields with holding both L2 and R2, where all objects inside can be controlled. Damn! That's cool.
Thanks, Kasane. Spray something like oil. Don't get it on you.
Let's keep this up.
Damn! That's awesome.
We did it!
Thanks. I'll take it.
Let's keep this up. Come on. Here we go. Let's do it together. With everything. We did it. Come on.
You're not wrong, Invented.
Hey, I bet Captain Seto would be happy if we found the fountain pen.
Yeah.
Okay? Well, let's do our best then. Conversation is non-existent, but I have to ask her about the person who saved me.
This is going to be very interesting playing the game again from her point of view. Once we do get to that point. I guess I might as well talk to this guy and get my game saved and HP restored.
I guess you're not as useless in battle as I thought.
Oh man, she's really harsh. Hey, I have something I want to ask you too. Is that all right?
Oh, thank you.
When I was little, I was attacked by another and almost died. But then someone from the OSF saved me, and she looked just like you. So, I was wondering if you knew anything about it.
We're about the same age. When you were a child, I would have been one too.
No, I mean, maybe you have a much older sister.
Shh, quiet. An enemy. Get ready to fight.
Okay.
Yeah, I hear you, Yokami. Hold on. Yeah, I figured I'd stick with the English VO here because, A, I wanted to see what it was like. And, for the most part, it's alright. I could, it could be better in some places, but, a lot of the time I do prefer Japanese dub, but I figured I'd keep it English because it's so much easier for y'all to listen in on Twitch rather than me have to read everything. I mean, yeah. And yeah, right, the fan service is definitely a thing invented. He's a very good listener, right? Pardon Yokami, that's funny. Oh, really? Huh, interesting little tidbit. I wonder if that's true.
Here we go. Keep this up. Thanks, Kasane. I can do this. All right.
It's done.
Looks like we won. Huh? Isn't that Captain Seto's fountain pen behind you?
This is it? Thanks. You were a big help. Anyway, back to what you were saying.
About the OSF person who saved me?
Did you check the OSF registry?
Right, exactly, Okami.
Of course, but I didn't find her. I thought maybe she was discharged. Oh, right. The person who saved me had the exact same hair clip as that one. Can you tell me where you bought yours?
That's not possible. My sister made this for me.
What? Really?
Your power is psychokinesis too. Do you think you might be having realistic dreams?
Dreams? I can't really say for sure. I was a kid at the time, and my memory is a bit hazy.
I've always had strange dreams. Oddly realistic dreams. A woman mutters something about red strings, and then red threads encircle me like a cocoon. I thought my dreams were real when I was a child. It was confusing. I thought that since you also have psychokinesis, maybe you had realistic dreams too.
No, I'm sure it wasn't a dream. It has to be real. That person gave me this ear cuff.
I see. Then I don't think I can help you any further.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was a weird thing to bring up.
It's fine.
Well, we found the fountain pen, so I guess I'll head back.
Right. Thank you. That was a good background check.
Oh, right. I completely forgot that was a thing. Why me?
All right. Goodbye.
I'll head back too.
But yeah, I definitely agree with you, Yokami, and it just helps so that y'all don't have to have your eyes glued to the screen literally the entire time so you can read the subtitles if it were all in Japanese voiceover. And yeah, so the Red Strings of Fate Bard, I think that's what they're called, is the Red Strings of Fate. I remember that from the trailer. That's an important story element for this game, so we'll see if they are indeed the Threads of Fate. I'm thinking there's some kind of time travel or he saw something in the future, but he did say that the person gave him those earrings, so, Bard. Well, I guess if they're already glued to the screen, then it's not such a big deal, right? Okay. Alright, let's just go ahead and go on to the next bit. Saving seems to be pretty...
I'm tired.
Easy to do.
Maybe I should rest a bit. Huh? When did I get to Sumeragi Tomb?
Yuito, Kagero said they're running military exercises in the training area. We should join them. Okay, I'll be right there.
What am I doing here? Crap, do I sleepwalk? I'll talk to Kaito about it later.
This is totally a realistic
Still
dream.
out of it. The training facility should be in OSF headquarters.
Like, right?
When did I come to Sumeragi Tomb? It's creepy that I don't remember.
Yeah, totally a dream. If you don't remember how you got somewhere, it's a dream.
Oh, Yuito.
Great, we're all here now. Time for some three-man field exercises. The rules are simple. There will be a single flag placed on the field. The team who grabs it and reaches the goal first wins. And you'll be happy to know that your beloved Kagero has saved up his hard-earned allowance to provide the winning team with a luxurious prize.
Whoa, all right.
How are we dividing up the teams?
A lottery system courtesy of me and implemented by Tsugumi. We all draw strings and team up by color.
let's draw already?
That guy's an asshole.
Looks like we have our teams.
Let's do this, you two.
Naomi and I are in different teams.
Yes!
Nagi, Gemma, you'll regret it if Naomi gets so much as a scratch.
Got it.
Don't worry, my power is specialized for defense.
Sugumi, let's do our best.
Oh, the one that said, let's draw strings already.
we're on the same
Admitted.
team.
That guy right there.
Let's see if you're as good as the crows think you are.
Sheeden Ritter. Yeah, we haven't actually been properly introduced, but yeah, he's a dick.
As I'm sure you know, I'm Shiden from the Scouted class. I have the same electrokinesis power as Captain Seto. You better not slow me down.
I'll do my best.
Okay, let's get started.
Yeah, I mean, he's seems like a guy to me. Not to assume his gender.
I'm sure everyone is fine with me being the team leader.
Objection?
What? Are you suggesting that an adult like you should be our leader?
Looky here, Shiden. You're just not really cut out to be a leader.
Put him in his place.
You trying to make a fool of me?
See, that's what I'm talking about. I think someone more calm like Yuito should be in charge.
What? Me? I mean, I don't mind the responsibility.
Relax. You don't have to be so stiff with us. Welcome aboard, Mr. Leader.
Fair enough.
Spoiled Sumeragi brat. I suppose he's used to giving orders.
What's that supposed to mean?
What's the matter, Shiden? You jealous of Yuito or something?
This is beneath me.
Oh, that's right. Didn't you put in a request to join Seto Platoon this year? What? Your hero Captain Seto didn't choose you? Oh, that's so sad.
Shut up.
I like
Let's
this
just
guy.
get started already.
Anyway, let's play nice out there, okay? Baki always
Right,
says
Bard?
that where there's smiles, there's happiness.
Baki, huh? That's great. You hear that, Shiden? Don't forget to smile.
Enough talking. Let's go already.
Okay, let's look for this flag, but don't let your guard down.
Yeah, that dude's an elitist prick. He's like, I'm a scout. I was scouted. I'm special. You guys suck. Yeah, you suck, you dipshit. Different tactics designate which enemies unleash target. Okay, so now it's telling me about the tactics. Continue fighting without healing until health below full 15%. Don't ever do health below 70. Attacks will be made less frequently. Healing will be prioritized. At 50% health, retreat and heal. Evasive maneuvers. Never attack, only evade and heal. Attack an enemy that the maker is not locked onto. I freely on discretion. Cool. I know, right, Bard? Like, jeez. He just thinks so highly of himself and that we're beneath him. Like, I can read it all over him. Okay, invisibility power and vanishing. You will go undetected by enemies. Oh, that's cool. You can sneak to the enemy's weak point attack. Attack square, X, square, and special attacks. Triangle. It does not detect are always critical hits. Nice, that's cool. You can execute a powerful backstab attack that deals enormous crush damage by holding triangle while invisible. Charged. Nice. That's cool.
Ooh, it's time for my
God.
power, Yuito.
Going insta-dark, right, Invented?
So, you need help?
Oh, wait, that's the...
Don't get caught. Finish it off.
All right, looks like it lost us.
There we go.
I can hit it!
Oh, pup. You didn't know I could read? I is very smart, bear. I think someone beat his Bard. Oh my god, that's so gross. Filthy assholes. I mean, you won't hear any complaints from me. But we gotta be nice and teach him the ways of being good, as is, you know, what you should do.
Visions, but the others here are always so realistic.
It's not just the others. Everything here is a simulation.
Is my body real?
Okay, so maybe we're not dreaming after all. Maybe he did like sleepwalk or something to the place. Oh. By borrowing electrokinesis, attacks and psychokinesis will have electricity that increases damage and can cause shocked status when repeatedly used. It is effective against enemies with soaked status, of course. Let's start with friendship, right? Exactly, Bard. It's not going to allow me to hit enemies at a distance. Additional effects will be added as you strengthen your bond.
Yuito, you need my power. Water attack? Getting wet limits your mobility, so be careful.
Come on. Don't get cocky.
That enemy is stunned.
Nice.
Here we go.
So, you need help?
We did it.
Very, Jamie, very. It's just what we do.
Here we go. Let me use your power.
Shock status. Affected creatures are knocked down and temporarily immobilized. Cool.
Yeah.
Woo, nice job.
I did want to be a Joey. Oh, because I wanted to be a kangaroo, right? Yeah, that's funny.
Come on. I'm using this, Shiden. Let me use your power.
All right. So who's up next?
Yeah. I definitely thought about it for the longest time. I even like drew out a few different. I had come up with like a story actually of like 4 different kangaroo characters, based off of the movie Tank Girl, actually. And I really liked one of them, and I was going to use that as a persona. But then I settled on Bear. Bear is ultimately what always called to me.
Hey, there's the flag. We can't get through, though. Let's look for another way.
A few reasons, Bard. Oh, hold on.
I'm using this, Shiden. All right. Let's keep this up. We did it. The odds are. Thanks, Kagero. I can hit it. Come on. Yeah.
Oh, dang, I got 2 of them.
Don't get cocky.
It should be a crime to be this strong.
But yeah, so to answer your question, a few things. I think when like looking at other people's furry art and other people's furry characters, seeing bear characters always like resonated with me a little bit more for whatever reason. And then there was also I think I told this story once before, but my dad is a Western artist, a painter that paints a lot of Native American art, like historically based art and whatnot. And he knows a lot of Native Americans, and he had this friend that when I was younger, we went to visit on a reservation, I think. I can't remember if it was on a reservation or if we just like met him somewhere else. But he was talking to me and my brother, and at the time I was really into like Star Fox, and he was talking about
I think there's something over there.
like what spirit animal we would have, and I was like, oh, I want to be like Spirit of the Fox or whatever. And he gave my brother Spirit of the Fox, and I was like kind of sad at first, but then he gave me Spirit of the Bear. And I ended up getting this little necklace that had a bear on it, and I don't know what happened to that necklace. I've tried finding it over the years, and I cannot find it. But I remember that. Yeah, so like I eventually started like thinking about that again when I was thinking about a Persona, and I was like, yeah, that really kind of does make sense to me. Right, that's fair invented. Oh, you do? I'm curious.
Here we go! Let me use your power! Alright!
This is pretty rare.
I need your help! Leave it to me! It's over! Here we go!
You need help? Watch out for electric attacks. You won't be able to move if you're electrified.
Fair enough a minute.
Not yet!
My body is numb.
Well, I got electrified.
Can't run until we take down the enemy. I'm going to get stronger.
Here we go!
That enemy is stunned.
I'm using this, Shiden.
Don't get cocky.
Let's regroup now. Come on. Here we go. Gotcha. We did it!
Oh, really? I didn't know that. That's actually really cool. Right, Bard. That's a good point.
close.
Okay, hold on a second. I don't think I fully explored this upper area. I thought this might be the little bitty room, but it looks like this is actually the dead end room. Maybe? Okay, light jelly I can't hold.
Hey, that's the goal area. Were you going to leave without recovering the flag?
Okay. Ooh, yay, snacks. We'll see you in a sec, Bard.
Let's keep this up. Thanks, Kagero. Now die! Come on!
Get it, Yuito!
Yeah! There! Let me use your power! Leave it to me! It's over!
Okay, that's the flag. Maybe. Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay, I got the flag. Now we just have to head to the goal. Stop dictating every little move. Just get going. Ooh, scary. You're yapping like a chihuahua.
I remember something about me one time when I was a kid, my brother. Really? Oh, that's so interesting, Invented. I love that, actually. That's really cool. I totally believe it, too.
This numb.
This is nothing.
So, you need help? Don't get caught.
That's gonna leave a mark.
Not yet.
You should leave it to me.
Ow. And these guys are hard.
I need your help.
All right, it looks like it lost us.
Let's keep this up.
This is pretty rare.
No way. This is nothing.
Finish it off. Don't get cocky.
All right.
Alright, much better. So using stealth on those guys helps, as long as I'm stealthing and throwing shit at them.
Good.
Are you sure this is the way, Yuito? As the leader, you should have the topography memorized. Just shut up and come over here, young man.
Come on, guys. This should be the way, so let's keep going.
That was close.
So, you need help?
All right.
I'm using the Shiden.
You're a genius.
Yeah. Come on. We did it. There. I can hit it. It's over.
Water attack? Getting wet limits your mobility, so be careful.
Don't get caught.
Leave it to me.
Get it, Yuito.
Here we go.
Nice.
Let me use Shiden's electrokinesis might be effective. The enemy is stunned. Now's your chance.
All right.
There we go.
Looks like the enemy dropped something rare. Okay, battle's over.
Thanks, Kagero.
Now die.
Oh, snacks you say? Nice. Oh, that sounds lovely. Yeah, I had a couple Oreos across the stream. They're so good. The perfect little sweet snack.
I'm using this, Shiden. Let's keep this up. All right. Let's keep this up.
Oh my god, invented. That's a fun thought.
Don't get cocky.
Oh, nice, Bard. Popcorn. Excellent choice. Excellent choice.
Must be a weak spot.
I can hit it. It's over.
Finish it off.
Damn it.
All this water does nothing for my good looks.
Let me use your power.
We did it.
Oh, you had an Oreo frappe today? Dude, that sounds delicious too.
so trivial.
What is?
I am
Your
curious.
power status is low and you fight like an amateur. Why would Captain Seto or even Major General Karin take an interest in someone like you?
Whoa there, Shiden. Did you ever stop to think that maybe this is why you weren't chosen to be the leader?
Shut up. It's not that I want to be the leader. I just don't want to follow orders from someone inferior to me.
Are you sure you're not the one who's inferior?
Shut up, you adult! Yuito, keep your eyes open up ahead. If I were the leader, I would be waiting in a blind spot near the finish line.
What do you mean?
In other words, instead of looking around for the flag, it would be more efficient to steal the flag right near the finish line.
Oh, I see. But this is just an exercise.
Hold up, we got company. It's Kasane's team.
I knew it.
Right, Bard?
So like Kasane.
Let's ambush them.
Oh shit. By pressing R2 after dodging any object or projectile, hurl it you at an enemy with the right timing will activate an intercept and send those projectiles or objects back to the enemy. That's cool. Right, Yokami? No kidding.
Sorry, but I've got my hands full here. Take care of Kasane, team leader. Same here. I can't help. You're the team leader, so figure it out.
Oh my god.
Here we go. I can still fight.
Oh, damn.
Let's regroup now. I can still fight. This is bad.
Oh, damn. Yeah, I don't think I'm supposed to win that one either.
Whoa, Kasane is a straight badass.
She's good. Hard to imagine she's a fresh scout.
Oh, nice pup.
You really are amazing, Kasane.
Damn it. We underestimated them.
Hey, it's just as they say. Kasane Randall isn't messing around.
I wonder what happens if you do actually beat her, though.
I can't take all the credit. Sugumi and Hanabi did a lot of the heavy lifting. Your
Yeah,
team
maybe
may have
so,
had some
Bard.
coordination issues, but I think your individual skill is still very noteworthy.
Thanks.
I wasn't trying to give you a compliment.
Oh. Okay.
You're strange. Did I say something funny?
I think Kasane is the strange one here.
Mm-hmm.
A message from Dad?
Congratulations on officially making it into OSF. Kaito's filled me in. I'm still against you joining OSF, but just promise me you'll be careful. You're your own man now that you're a member of OSF. I think it's finally time we sat down and talked about our family and your mother. We should invite Kaito and have dinner together sometime. I'll contact you once I know my schedule.
What is it?
I got a message from my father. He never sends messages.
Oh.
Well, I guess it's time to call it a day. Thanks to everyone who participated.
And right, Yokami.
Kagura?
Billy Joe Bob.
What do you mean?
Don't you hate training exercises?
Right.
Well, I thought it would be a good opportunity to show off to the newbies. There's some real cuties this year.
And you cheated drawing strings.
Shh. I just wanted to team up with the new guy and see what he's got.
I must have gone to Sumeragi Tomb at some point before training. I should go there again. Maybe I'll remember something.
Okie let's see. New products added. Still not a whole lot, but you know. Actually, I didn't see any new products. Okie dokie. Alright, I'm gonna save again. I think I may actually cut the stream a little bit early. I feel like this is probably a good stopping point, and I have to wake up pretty early for an appointment tomorrow. And honestly, I'm exhausted. I'm starting to get, like, sleepy already. Right, Bart. Oh my god, really? Invented? Oh my god, that's awful. That's too funny. Right, yeah, no, thank y'all for hanging out with me. As always, you know how much I appreciate y'all being here. And yeah, it's a very interesting game. It's a little different than I was expecting it, but it's growing on me again. Like, I'm really liking the combat. It's really, really fun in that regard. And the story's starting to grow on me too. I'm anxious to see how stuff progresses. Yeah, I think this will end up being really, really good. Oh god, see, I'm yawning already. I'm like, I'm a tired bear. So yeah, this was fun. Now, a quick note: Sunday's stream. I'm gonna have to cancel Sunday's stream because Astral is flying out to Brazil on Monday. And I want to spend Sunday night hanging out with him and just, you know, chilling, playing games with him, do whatever. So Sunday will be canceled, but we'll be back Monday with our usual stuff. And maybe if I can, I'll throw in a bonus stream sometime next week to make up for it. Because I'm going to be all by my lonesome all week. Astral's going to be gone a whole week in Brazil. Very sad. But also exciting. I think he's going to have a fun trip. And right. And yes, y'all have a lovely weekend. And thank you for the safe travels, Yokami, for Astral. But yes, husbando time is very important. right, Bennett. I mean, no. You know, anyway. Y'all have a great night. And I will see y'all Monday. Take care, everybody.